All right, guys. Thank you for joining me for an episode of Superhero Sunday.
Hey.
And this is going to be a fun week.
It is.
I forgot my notes at home, but my name is Ryan Barbosa, or Barbeza TV, and I'm joined here today with the lovely Brad Foster.
Hello. I am lovely.
Yeah, this week, over the whole week, all the shows are very well done. I loved it. It was such a good week for these shows.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It was really hard for me to pick a favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I still have my favorite, but I have like very, very close runners-up.
Yeah, I definitely have my favorite. Like, after I saw it, I was like, holy shit. I did not expect it to be this great. But okay. We'll talk about it in the... It's actually going to be the first thing we're going to talk about.
It's true.
Might as well jump right into Lucifer.
Lucifer. Oh, my God. So Lucifer was your favorite?
Lucifer was my favorite this week.
Right on. Lucifer was actually my number 2. It was very good. I didn't expect it to be this good.
I think the fact that we weren't expecting it to be that good just made it so much better.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the fact that Lucifer as a character from Vertigo, from DC Comics, he was originally like appearance-wise based off of David Bowie.
Yeah.
And even maybe some mannerisms, but I'm not going to say he's entirely based off the late Mr. Bowie.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you pull up like one of the original artworks with him being blonde and the angel wings, and you can like put it like here, maybe like people could see. But it was super cool. And, I can't remember the actor's name, but he was great as the character. I loved all these little tongue-in-cheek, like, oh, it was God-given, I'm afraid, little jokes and stuff like that. And I loved, actually, we saw glimpses, like very, very brief glimpses of his actual demonic power.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you can't give away too much in a pilot episode.
Yeah, it's a pilot episode.
But, the pilot did very well for setting up characters, setting up a story, setting up an antagonist, and really kind of letting you get a feel for who Lucifer Morningstar is.
And typically for pilots, I mean, this is Fox, so they have way higher quality, but usually the pilots aren't as high quality.
No. Like, did you see Minority Report? Yeah. Did it make you as sad as it made me? Because it did.
But yeah, the quality of Lucifer's pilot was amazing. The cinematography was gorgeous. Oh my goodness.
God. And the music choices were incredible.
It was amazing. Everything about it, like the locations, the cinematography, the music, it was just beautiful in all aspects.
Oh, I couldn't choose a better location for the devil than Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes actually. I loved the wedding scene.
Yeah.
I loved just the bride. Like, I really don't want to sleep with him tonight.
Yeah. Oh, did I just say that out loud?
Yeah. And then I loved his interrogation with that rapper guy just straight up like boosh, through the glass. I'm holding you by your chains.
He gets shot out. He's like, wait, I'm here.
Exactly. Like the intimidation factor was through the roof.
Oh yeah,
it was good. It was super good.
And you got to be intimidating if you're the devil. So
it's true.
Yeah.
And it worked. And then you have your final confrontation with the antagonist, the main antagonist of the episode.
The recording artist.
Yeah. And that was kind of predictable.
Yeah.
But it was really cool because we see in the mirror what Lucifer may actually be whenever he's not wearing a human guise.
Yeah. And it's that little bit of special effects is very well done.
Oh yes.
Oh my goodness, that was really well done. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all in all, I think Lucifer is probably my favorite show of the week.
Actually, no, I take that back. I think my favorite part of that episode was whenever he was talking to her daughter in the school.
Oh yeah.
And then he talked to the bully.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was pretty funny.
That was messed up, but it was funny.
I think
it's a good show. It's really good. If you haven't seen Lucifer yet, try. If you have it on TiVo, do that. If you haven't, they have it on Hulu. The first episode for free. Check it out.
Or you can just go online and watch it at ABC
or
Fox.
Also true.
Online.
You can also typically check out these shows on their parent company websites.
Yep. But yeah.
I use Hulu.
Yeah. For some reason I thought Lucifer came out on the 29th, which it didn't. And then I was like, crap. And you told me, you're like, oh, it's already come out. And I was like, well, I gotta go watch it. I just watched it online. But yeah, I mean, it was great. I loved it.
Good.
And I can't wait to talk about it in future episodes because it's gonna get even better.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see how they deal with that other demon dude.
Yeah.
Wanting Lucifer to go back to hell.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, yes.
All right, well, let's move on to Flash.
Time for the Flash.
Oh, yes.
This one was my favorite episode of the week. Holy hell. This had everything. This had Zoom, the return of Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. Even more awesome Cisco moments being Vibe. And a really, really tricky ending that we'll get to in a minute.
Yep.
So, I mean, first things first, the return of Eobard Thawne. I didn't expect it this soon.
Oh, yeah.
But, it's super cool. And, the episode really does focus on the Reverse Flash. And it's his origin story. It's how he kind of, they explain it in a way, but it's kind of how he learns about the Flash, how he learns that he inevitably kills Barry Allen's mother.
Yep.
And it's interesting that way. But, the episode really, it centers around on the Reverse Flash and him needing tachyons to get back to the future. And, of course, Barry does his thing, stops it from happening, pisses him off.
Locks him up in a cell.
Locks him up in the cell. And aside from that, this episode also focused on Barry and Patty.
Yep.
And that was heartbreaking. That made me sad.
Mm-hmm.
That made me sadder than I thought it would. Just because Patty puts, 2 and 2 together and like, oh, my boyfriend is the Flash.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Barry doesn't want to tell her because, if Zoom or anybody else knows, like, that puts Patty in extreme danger.
It does, but the fact is she already knew, so, why not tell her anyways?
She already, but I understand it solely. It's like that Spider-Man thing, you know, like Peter Parker doesn't want to tell everybody that he's Spider-Man, especially Aunt May.
But she already knows.
Even if Aunt May already knows, it's plausible deniability.
Yeah.
And that plausible deniability keeps them safe.
Mm-hmm.
And, at the end of the day, that's kind of what these heroes have to do. It sucks, but, it's kind of part of their trope, kind of like the weight they have to carry.
Yeah.
Which is like the fucking world on their shoulders. But... that.
Which, in the end, it doesn't work because Patty still finds out.
Yeah, it's true. And, she makes a phone call whenever she's leaving, like, hey, Barry, there's a man with a gun on the train.
Which, from that moment, I was like, it's fake.
Oh, she's lying. Yeah,
she's
totally lying. Absolutely lying.
It's because in the comics, Patty knows that he's the Flash. So there's the kind of things that we already know. But
it was just that moment, whenever she's like, you can just tell me that you're the Flash and I will happily stay here with you. And then he has to say, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, very heartbreaking.
Ah.
Especially since the fact that he's going to end up with Iris, so we know that he's not going to tell her.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, in the moment on the train where he, like, stops doing his face shake, and I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
You tell her now, but oh well.
Exactly.
What's up with you and trains, Barry?
True.
You lose trains. Felicity. You lose Patty.
Damn. He's got Iris on the brain.
Oh yeah.
And who doesn't? Candace Patton.
Oh yeah.
She is a beautiful woman.
Yes, she is.
But I am married, so I'm sorry, Candace.
I'm not, but I have a girlfriend.
Anyway, another really, really cool thing about this episode is Cisco. Harry makes him some really, really neat glasses. And these glasses actually play a part in what Vibe's costume eventually will be. Mm-hmm. And these glasses kind of allow Vibe to see into the future instead of just, getting a feeling of what's happening currently.
Yeah.
Because he gets an image of the Reverse Flash killing Kate, a scientist, from the actual first series of The Flash with Barry's dad as the Flash. And, this one. So, they kind of have this moment where, like, oh my god, she's dead. And then Harry's like, what time is it? Because, he acts like he's smarter than everybody else, and I think it's hilarious. And so they have like 3 hours to stop the Reverse Flash. They catch him, put him in the cell, do all that thing. Cisco stops becoming a part of reality.
Yep.
Bad stuff.
He starts phasing in and out of reality. Yep. Very scary stuff, and it's due to the fact that he tries to affect the future. And the fact that Eobard Thawne never kills Barry's mom. Yeah. Kind of messes up the whole entire...
It does. So he messed with the time stream, and there are always adverse effects with that. Mm-hmm. And we'll actually touch on that in another show later. But the number one thing in this episode, and I was right, I was right. I can be wrong about Felicity all goddamn day. I don't care. Because we both knew Hunter Zolomon was Zoom, and Hunter Zolomon is Jay Garrick of Earth 1.
Yep.
Oh my god. I knew it. I knew it. He was fishy as fuck. Anyway.
Yeah.
That was just, that was cathartic.
Yep. I mean, we haven't got the for sure confirmation, but yeah. All y'all people which I did agree that they thought that Henry Allen from Earth 2 was Zoom.
No.
It made sense. It looked like him, but it didn't make sense because it doesn't make sense.
No.
But it is Jay Garrick or Hunter Zolomon.
Yeah, it's Hunter Zolomon, Earth 1 Garrick. It's just the way it is. Zoom is always Hunter Zolomon. I mean, you can't just make it Henry Allen. Unless Henry Allen of Earth 2 was Hunter Zolomon, that would have been another way to go.
Yeah.
But, they did kind of use that form of idea, but in a much different way. And I like it because, inevitably, in this season finale, when Barry finally finds a way to surmount Zoom, that means Barry will get faster.
Yep.
Garrick will get his speed back. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with Zoom, but hopefully he goes to an ice prison and is never seen from again because, damn, he's scary. I mean, hell, even in the beginning of the episode, he's having nightmares about Zoom.
Yeah.
Like him kidnapping Patty and killing her. And, whenever that happened, I thought it was actually happening.
Yeah.
And, he dropped her, he dropped Patty, and, Barry didn't run after her. And I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You can run on a building, You can save her. Nah, the second he dropped her, I was like, it's a dream. Nah, fuck. I know it's a dream.
I was in the moment. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, it was a very intense moment on that.
But it's such a good episode, and it's setting up so much to happen soon. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, because, soon we're going to see Earth 2 Caitlin Snow as Killer Frost. And that's going to be interesting.
Yep.
It's going to be very interesting.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, I know. Me neither. But I want to see more Zoom. I want to see, I love seeing this, will he, won't he kind of thing with Harry from Earth 2, because, is he going to help Barry defeat Zoom, or is he going to help Zoom get Barry's speed? Because he's constantly on this teeter-totter of good and evil, because at the end of the day, like we've talked before, he's doing everything he can to save his daughter. And, I love that he's erring on the side of Barry. He wants to help Barry, he wants to do it the right way, but he knows at the end of the day, if he has to, he has to.
Yeah. Which, I'm sure, he is a speedster, like we talked last week.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk last week. We talked last week on his podcast.
Woo!
But last week, he is a speedster. There's most definitely. We're going to have 1 billion speedsters in the end of the season because we're going to have Harrison Wells,
Zoom,
Flash,
Kid
Reverse
Flash.
Kid Flash.
Yeah. So many speedsters in Central City.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be a big part of the season finale. It's going to be a huge speedster fight.
Oh yeah, it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
And I loved the mini confrontation between Eobard Thawne and Harrison Wells. Mm-hmm. That was who are you? No one of consequence.
Yeah.
That moment was super intense.
Yeah.
It was good. Because that's also how Eobard Thawne learns of Harrison Wells, learns to kill and take that person's body from season 1. Everything meets.
Timeline can be confusing, but...
It's true.
Oh, well. I think that's enough for Flash. It was a great episode this week.
Oh, my God.
But we're going to move on to something I'm just going to talk about because I'm pretty sure he hasn't watched, but Agent Carter.
Let's do it. So, Agent Carter, tell me about it. What happened?
Agent Carter this week was pretty good. The fact that, you haven't seen it.
Right.
So,
unfortunately.
Have you seen the first season?
I did see the first season, yeah, where the big bad was actually the original Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this season, Dottie, she gets captured in the first episode, but the second episode we're getting to see new people. The main antagonist of this season is going to be Madame Mask.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
It's very cool, and then we're also getting we're getting to see, because something I was curious what they're going to do is if they're going to keep true to Jason Wilkes, because I personally didn't know who Jason Wilkes was.
I had to do the Google.
Yeah, I had to do the Google on Jason Wilkes, and what I read is he has one continuity, and it's where he turns himself intangible. He's invisible and intangible. Yeah. And I was like, well, he exploded. Either he's on Planet Ego, which they're tying back to Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
True. Or
he's intangible. So those are the only two timelines I thought they're going to go with, but he's intangible. Howard Stark finds out how to temporarily bring him back, and they're trying to figure out how to stop him because he's the only one who knows that Whitney or Madame Mask was the person who tried to steal Zero Matter. So, I mean, it's pretty interesting. Now, as you said, yes, it is based on feminism, power, and...
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's definitely not. But this season, like I talked last episode, is they're tackling... I don't think I talked about it, but they're tackling racism. Which,
yeah, you did. You did.
It's pretty cool, which...
Right on.
Like I said, I like stuff like that where they try to... Even though, like, in my day-to-day life, racism is not big of a deal. I think it's gone, but I know it's still out there.
Yeah, it's not gone from everywhere. We're definitely not done with racism, and I hate that. I hate that, like, as a global community, it's still an issue. But I'm glad that, Marvel and other people are tackling it.
Yeah, they're not afraid to tackle such a big deal.
Good.
So, I mean, it's great. And the show is really fun. I like it. I like the fact that we have a human Jarvis instead of an AI Jarvis.
Yeah. Well, for now. I mean, we know what happens eventually.
Yeah.
But you know what? I posted a little meme picture a few weeks ago to my personal Facebook page. And it was a bunch of these superhero shows, and like it showed Diggle and his wife from Arrow. It showed Barry and Iris from The Flash. It showed Daredevil and Night Nurse from Daredevil, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. And it said, "This must be an awful time to be a racist."
Yeah,
that made me so happy.
I've seen that meme. Yeah,
because it's true. Like
I saw a different one. I saw the one with Ray and Finn, and I saw that one.
That one that was there too.
Yeah.
So like, I'm sorry, but if you're racist, you're wrong and you're stupid. And because these shows, these people, they're awesome.
Yeah.
And they should absolutely be looked at as awesome. I don't want to continue giving an awful subject that kind of attention, but I mean it's like talking about Donald Trump. It really is.
Yeah, which he got his star vandalized. But let's move on. That's good. But then kind of disrespectful. But who cares? Let's move on to. But it's
Donald Trump is a cock. Oh my god.
Agent Carter it's all in all is really fun. I really like the show. It's we're gonna have to deal with the Council of Nine, which is gonna be connected to Hydra, obviously.
Well, yeah.
So, I can't wait to see more.
Do you think there's any way aside from Ego they're gonna try to connect to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Like, from Ant-Man, it showed that Ant-Man and Wasp, they worked with S.H.I.E.L.D. So do you think they're gonna try to bring in like a young Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne? Because I think that'd be super cool.
That'd be super cool. They would probably end up doing it before the release of Ant-Man 2. I don't think they would do it this early.
They typically, they only do the tie-ins like closer to the movies. But that would be awesome. I kind of hope that eventually we do see Ant-Man and Wasp on Agent Carter.
Yeah,
because that would be awesome.
It'd be very cool. And I mean, we're going to be seeing stuff from other upcoming episodes or upcoming series. But yeah, it's fun. I like it. You should watch it, even though there's a lot of shows to watch right now.
Oh no.
But let's move right on.
Arrow.
Let's get on with it.